Today we will how to getting the venue and date of your wedding dreams. Stay tuned. Greetings, how-to-ligans. I lied to you last episode. I told you that we would be switching gears and starting to talk about how to plan the perfect Walt Disney World vacation. Well, I really hope you're not too mad. We are traveling to Disney World next week, and I wanted to get a lot of footage to show you our actual experience planning the trip I'm gonna tell you how to plan. So, yeah, I'm sorry, but I wanna give you the best how-to show ever. Today, we're going to continue our wedding planning series by covering venue and date. Yay! Even though the budget is extremely important and the engagement planning stuff is a lot of fun, today we're going to switch to venue and date. When you and your fiance start planning this part out, you're gonna be so excited, it's going to feel like your birthday. Picking your venue and date really sets the tone for the entire theme of your wedding. Since this happens to be one of the most important decisions you'll make in the entire wedding, other than maybe the groom, I'm gonna be joined by my husband today, Mike. If you haven't seen us taste test 4 different state-themed hot dogs in the Labor Day hot dog special that I did, then check us out. I'll post a card up here. You'll be seeing a lot more of him and maybe even my kids. They're kind of a lot to handle. Let me also stop right here and point out that I know I did not do my hair. I'm sorry. Been one of those days. Okay, let's go ahead and get Mike in here so that we can begin with the 3 steps you need to pick your venue and date. Let's give a warm welcome to Mike.
Hello everyone, how are you?
Okay, honey, I want you to weigh in on some of these items I'm about to list on how to pick a perfect venue and date, and give us your point of view so that people out there can pick the perfect one.
I think I can do that.
For our wedding, I knew that I wanted the ceremony to be outside, and I didn't really know reception-wise, indoor, outdoor, and I knew I wanted it to be in the summer. That's probably more than you need to go ahead and have planned already out, even though I know some of you have been planning your wedding since you were 8 years old. But, what did you think of the place that we got married at?
The venue itself was an awesome venue. I mean, we looked at a couple different places, and I'm very happy with the one that we chose. I think it overall experience was fantastic. Mm-hmm. The look was what you were going for. So yeah, I think it was a very good venue for sure.
I'm structuring this video a little differently than I have the past ones because there's not really a step 1, step 2, step 3 kind of thing. You have to plan the venue and the date at the same time, and vice versa. So this is going to be working from a very general thing that you need to think about down to a very specific thing you need to think about. Go into whatever venue you want to, and we're gonna get married. What to consider in step 1. First, you want to consider any date that might be special to you, like maybe a dating anniversary. Mike, if there was a date that you had to choose, other than the one that we got married on, is there one of significance you would pick?
I'm not really too sure off the top of my head. I think I could figure one out, but this is what you do, guys. Let her do it.
And here is why wedding planning is so stressful. Another consideration you'll want to take is if you're going on a honeymoon or not. Some destinations for honeymoons are not ideal at certain times of the year, like the South Pacific during monsoon season, or, maybe like Disneyland at Christmas time. We had such an awesome time on our honeymoon. We took a 2-week cruise to the Mediterranean. I want to say my favorite stop was Mykonos.
Ooh, Mykonos was beautiful. Oh my goodness.
What was your favorite?
It's hard. It's very hard. I would say Rome, probably. But I'm a beach guy, so
bold
Mykonos,
choice.
I mean, that's, you're not going to be able to go see that place, every day unless you live there.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much with every place in the world.
Well, a beach is a beach.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm never probably going to see that beach again. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
Probably one day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Mykonos, we're coming for you. No, I just thought Rome was good because, the Colosseum was really awesome.
Next, you will need to consider the season and then narrowing it down, the month that you want to get married in. This will begin to make it easier for you to envision what your wedding is going to look like. Or if you already have that plan since you were 8 years old, then you'll breeze right through this step. So, like for example, I knew I wanted to get married in either the spring or the summer. And so all I had to consider was what month I wanted to get married in. And easy after that. Do make sure that you choose a month that does not have some sort of huge landmark event happening in it for either you, your fiance, or either of your families. Like if you know a baby's gonna be due in June, it might be best to avoid June for a bit. I think I could have also been happy with a fall wedding. My mother and father got married in the fall, and so she was really pushing me to consider a fall wedding. Go ahead and comment below right now and let us know when you are planning on getting married. Do you have a time frame you've already set out? What season's best for you, do you think?
I would think probably spring, just because the weather's starting to get warm, things are starting to bloom. I would imagine most women would want spring, but it's how whatever you like.
You don't have to think about the woman every single time, Michael. It can
As
be
a
your
man.
idea.
Okay, I say let's do it in October.
At the beginning of hockey season?
Yep.
Seems like a bad idea.
Preseason, sorry. September.
September. There we go.
Yeah.
You heard it first.
Those games don't mean anything.
All right, now that you've gone ahead and decided the season and the month, you're gonna wanna go ahead and start thinking about what day of the week you wanna get married on. Saturday is still the most popular, but a lot of people are starting to break away from that tradition and get married on a Sunday or a Friday or even a Wednesday. Along with that, go ahead and start kind of getting in your head whether your wedding should be indoor or outdoor. We got married, ceremony-wise, outside and did the reception indoors, and I loved it. I definitely wanted like a really natural looking ceremony. If you are looking to do anything outdoors, do find an almanac online and kind of check the weather trends for that time of year. Would you have wanted to do the ceremony indoors?
Possibly, only because it was in June. Some people can't deal with heat.
So, like, if it was an indoor venue, like, what kind of a place would it have been in your mind?
I would probably say a nice church.
Church.
Yeah.
Okay, so a church wedding.
Yeah.
All right.
Hump day.
You're a dork.
I know, right?
Lastly, budget. Which, of course, I know you've already pulled together because you watched my episode on building your wedding budget and you downloaded your copy of my budget worksheet from my website. I'm going to be putting a card up here, links in the description. The way that you're gonna relate your budget to picking your date and venue is really mostly about the cost of things. Most people get married in June, so it's gonna be more expensive, or on a Saturday versus another night of the week. What you may forget about though is airfare, car rental, hotels. All of these things are gonna be more expensive if you're around a holiday. It might not be the best idea for your guests to get married on Memorial Day weekend, for example. So just keep that in mind. Okay, let's move on to step 2. Go into whatever venue you want to, and we're gonna get married. What to do in step 2. This is gonna be the part of the planning process where you have to adult. And I know that sucks. It kind of pulls you out of the romance and fun of planning your wedding, but you really have to think of these adult things. Like, how much time can you and your fiance afford to take off of work? Are you giving yourself enough time to plan your wedding? A cake is gonna be a whole heck of a lot more expensive if you give the baker 1 week as opposed to 2 months. And you have to remember, if you have any big plans that might thwart your big day. So what kind of adulting things do you think I forgot, Mike?
I would say not much of anything. That wedding book is ginormous.
Yeah. The next step is that you will need to go through anything that you and your fiance don't necessarily agree upon. Maybe something you've put a pin in until now. So you'll have to go through those and compromise. And I mean, I don't really remember anything that you and I disagreed on at all, honestly.
But I do.
Oh!
I distinctly remember
Yes.
no chicken dance.
That has nothing to do with the venue.
Well, sorry, I thought it was about the wedding in general. My bad.
It is important for the wedding in general, but this episode...
Oh, we'll come back to that.
All right.
Pin.
Put a pin in it.
Pin.
So an example of this would be like if you wanted to get married in a church and I wanted to get married in a garden, we would compromise by having the ceremony in a church and the reception in a botanical gardens or public park. Something along those lines. The last thing you need to do in step 2 is to consider your guests. For us, that meant we had to eliminate our first choice venue because it was an older building. It didn't have a lot of handicap capabilities and things of that nature. We had some guests that were older and handicapped and in wheelchairs, and they wouldn't have been able to move around the entire venue without assistance. Do you happen to have a lot of football fans, collegiate or professional? Then you may get a lot less attendance on Super Bowl night, for example, or the day of the big game between College X and College Y. Another thing is destination weddings can really be pricey for guests. So do keep that in mind, and also holiday weekends. Would you happen to go to a friend's wedding if it was the night of Game 7 of the Stanley Cup with the Dallas Stars?
No way. No way.
Oh, come on.
Wouldn't do it.
Best buds.
I would Skype it.
Oh.
Sorry.
Rough. Rough. Go into whatever venue you want to, and we're gonna get married. Pulling it all together in step 3.
3.
Okay, once you've gone ahead and taken your venue tours and you've gotten them to kind of hold some soft dates for you, the next thing you need to think about are all the contractual issues. This will include the cost, what is provided for that cost, and here's one you usually forget about, what you're actually allowed to do at that venue. Some locations, some venues will not allow you to use like sparklers. So if that's something that's in your dream wedding and non-negotiable, then this is not going to be the place for you. There was one Southern tradition that I really wanted to do for our wedding, and it took a lot of begging to get them to allow us to do this. Do you remember what it was?
I do indeed.
The tradition is to bury a bottle of bourbon exactly 1 month to the day at the venue where you're going to get married. Then on the wedding night, after the festivities, you go and you dig it up and you drink it. I have no idea what the significance of this may be.
I think it probably is for good luck, if I had to guess.
Oh, everything's for good luck.
Well,
Okay, now you know everything that you need to know to get your venue and your date. So thank you, Mike, for joining us.
no problem.
I know it's nice to get a guy's point of view on wedding planning. Please comment below and let me know how your wedding planning process is going. Also, you can find me on Facebook at How to Hilton. I'll share the link below as well in the description. I promise you, the next one is definitely gonna be Disney World. Check back every Tuesday and become a How To Hooligan by subscribing below. Make sure to click the cowbell for notifications on when I post new content. And also comment below to introduce yourself and let me know what you'd like to see. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye-bye, everybody.